Hello, people. How's it going? Hump day, Wednesday. So, still here in my rubber. That's just not sort of going away, the rubber thing. I'll talk about stereotypes and I brew beer. That's one of those things. So, if you can see in the background, there, there. I have some fermenters. So yeah, a lot of people are like, what? You also brew beer? I'm like, yes, I do. Consequently, this might put in a stereotype of a woman who drinks beer being all rough around the edges and all sorts of other stuff. And I'm like, meh, well, whatever. Because um, a lot of people have stereotypes, but I don't know if they stick to the stereotype. I think that's because, and that's why you get a lot of disagreements, because some people have stereotypes and they're not willing to discuss anything outside of them. So, yeah, I'm into rubber, yeah, I'm kinky, and all that sort of stuff. But I came across this one time when someone on a site said, anyone who's on this site has to think this way, and if you don't, you should be kicked off this site. And either that, or you're in denial, or you hate yourself, or all sorts of other things. Very, very patronising, very narrow-minded, because it was a pretty broad kink site. I'm like, well, they're saying like they should kill all conservatives, and I'm like, you do realise conservative type people, the ones that actually kind of evolved kink in the first place, because it's actually different from the normal, and conservatives not really about stopping any change in the big man. Conservative is really trying to conserve and preserve a lot of things, such as the environment and all that, but they're not going to do it just willy nilly and destroy everything to try and get to an ideal. They're trying to find a balance, but at least that's most of the people I talk to in like middle Australia. They're kind of, yeah, I agree that we should take care of the environment, but not at the expense of everything else. There's got to be a happy balance there. So that kind of blows a lot of people's mind about things and the stereotypes. What's a shame these days, I think a lot of people really cling to the stereotypes. I'm seeing a lot of either it's one or the other, such as with the COVID thing, where it's like either we close all borders or we open all borders. So whenever I say no, I don't agree with completely complete border closures, it goes, oh, so what? We should open it up and let everything in. I said, no, I didn't even say that. And goes, well, that's what you said. That's what you meant. Okay, no, I did not mean that. I said I don't agree with completely locking down everything, because there's common sense here. We need supply of certain things. Our state, I'm sure, can't supply everything. Um, that might be nice, but our state will want to have supply of a few things, and I can guarantee you that a lot of higher ups will be having their supply of caviar and whatever it is that they have that probably is not native, endemic, or grown in their own state. I'm sure that they'll have some wine from down South Australia or Victoria or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know where it is with this extremism from one side or the other. I mean, the right have it about the left as well. They think all the left are really unreasonable, hysterical, and all sorts of other stuff. But by and large, I think a lot of people are reasonable, given the chance, and on an individual basis. I can't say for when they get into crowds, though. They can be quite unreasonable. But stereotypes. What are the stereotypes that you have? Um, and everyone has stereotypes because they make natural assumptions and that about people. Um, no matter who, what, when they are. It's just what we're brought up with. And it's not even just on the basis when a lot of people go on about, say, sex or skin color or rich versus poor. There are varying subgroups within those and varying different kinds of cultures and stereotypes. Like in the kink community, there's a lot of stereotypes of, for someone to be a submissive or get into BDSM, they must be into pain, they must hate themselves, they must, all this. It's like, no, they don't have to. There's, particularly if you're female, they think that, you must be into pain, you must, have abuse, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. There's plenty of people that have come into it that are female and they're actually dominant. And within those, there are varying subgroups of how various different roles are and what the assumptions are. So there's that. Combating this thing, I don't think we need to combat it, and at least not on a broad basis. On an individual basis, everyone will make decisions and judgments based on what they see in front of them and what they've been brought up with. And as I say in many of my videos, ask the question. Don't make an accusation, don't make an ultimatum, don't make a statement with a question mark after it. Ask a question with an open mind. And if something completely gets you and you feel like you're going to say something automatically, think to yourself, is what I'm about to say something that is my own words, in my own words, or is it a slogan or a meme or a political talking point or something like that? Because I can guarantee you many people will find it very hard to, in their own words, explain a lot of what's going on. I'll use quotes and saying, oh, this person says that, but I kind of feel they're right in a way and wrong in other ways, and this is what we've got to keep in mind. There's a huge variety of things that go on about being assumptions. And me brewing beer, I don't even drink a lot of it, so you'll think that because I brew beer, I drink a lot of it. I don't. I might have maybe 2 or 3 small cans of beer a week, if that, maybe, sometimes. Didn't actually used to drink a lot, still don't. And me doing what I do in Kinksterland, I guess one of the reasons I did this kind of live was to, I guess, reach out and put things out there that there are people that have very different competing thoughts and theories that wonder about a lot of different things. And this is kind of like a reach out to people and saying, there are people that are like you and are not like you, that think the same as you and wonder the same things as you do. So you're not alone out there. And I hope that is what people get. Because all information is good, all things to talk about is good. And that's how we, build up a strong community. How we, I'm not sort of comfort each other, but find that we're not alone, that we find some other people to reach out to for our health, for balance, for everything. Anyway, that's enough of my kind of chicken spanking talk this morning. So I could try and relate it to kink, but it's kind of like a whole life thing. I will be dismissive sometimes of people if they've shown me a stereotype and they just keep reinforcing that stereotype. I'm like, I've seen people that aren't in that stereotype. Why must you insist on living in this small, I don't know, we keep saying stereotype, but this small cliche. Why is that? And have you really thought about the effect that your behaviour is having in reinforcing the cliche and making things or people more dismissive towards you or not hearing you, which makes you more frustrated, which can reinforce it even more? It's a difficult thing, but as I said, it's more difficult to have the conversations and to really have a challenge your your thoughts and your stereotypes on that than it is to just, take up a batter and go for a course. I mean, I don't think many people really sort of think about some of the long-term consequences, particularly these days, and very dismissive of other people, and that they care about them, and that they don't know what's going on. You'd be surprised, I'd say. They might not know your feelings, but they know what's going on, and they have a different perspective. There's been many times when I have actually talked to a few friends and said, this is what's going on, and am I crazy? And they go, well, I think you're getting a bit over the top. And I went, okay, maybe I am. So, anyway, that's it for Hump Day. I'll catch you guys later on Friday. On Friday, yay. Hopefully, I'll have a topic I've thought about Kinkster-wise for you. Don't know. Anyway, catch you guys later.